hours later, the local church bells chimed. The community was in recess. The day was nearing its end. Another bell tolled as blackbirds dispersed into trees. At exactly 6 o'clock, the shopkeepers locked their doors and made their windows fade to black. Not a single servant would conduct service after the final church bell tolled. All remained in their living quarters. Any violators of curfew would be arrested and rehabilitated. In their final patrol of the streets, special servants in yellow rain jackets removed the very last discards of human trash. The streets were perfectly clean again. No weeds could be seen. Pebbles from the cracks were not allowed to tarnish any cement. No papers were allowed to be found in any gutter. Everything had to appear in perfection, and so it always would. The strength of mankind, perception, also had to be its greatest weakness. Each human footstep had cast a shadow on the walls. It was forbidden to walk on another person's shadow. It was taught that each shadow is a soul chained to the bodies of its captor, and each captor will lead where its shadows must follow. And so it was also taught, each citizen is a shadow of its government. Each government is a shadow of its nation. Each nation is a shadow of its elite. A hiss and soft crackle blared on the intercom. A hurried robotic voice urged, "Thought vaccination is to begin. All citizens must prepare for the daily cleansing, the inoculation and brainwash. Please prepare your mind towels. I repeat, please prepare your mind towels." Ample time was given for the nation to prepare, so no excuse was acceptable for disobedience. Every night was the same. Justice lit 3 black candles at his bedside. His sheets were neatly folded and his pillow was clean. A yawn cramped his cheeks and a hungry growl roared in his stomach. He knew it was too late to eat, and a long night would have to pass before the morning meal time. The final church bell chimed. Within minutes, the entire nation was ready for thought vaccination. The sermon started. The word virus spread. All citizens, servants, and pastors chanted the national pledge of allegiance. The development of each is for the development of all, indivisible not by liberty or justice, but instead the undying pursuit of happiness for all. Let us now chant. The chanting began. I as we as I, we as you, and we as I. I as we as I, we as you, and we as I. I as we as I, we as you, and we as I. I as we as I, we as you, and we as I. The inoculation against self-thought began. Justice felt his heart softly pound after the president started to speak. The evening sermon lasted 15 minutes. Each citizen huddled alone in their chambers and listened intently to the words of the president.
You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that. It's not my fault.
Goodbye.
It's not my fault. You shouldn't have done that.
Who do you think
Fight.
you are?
And from each citizen we once again ask appreciation for our providing of daily bread. Praise the church. Praise the nation. Praise the president. The word scanners registered each response. Any citizen who did not give thanks was reported to the pastor of social surveillance. Justice heard the chant rattle throughout the air until the sermon ended and every mind was released from the virtual chamber. Justice slipped inside the bedroom and reached for an overhead light. Then he waved his hand under the sensor to make the room darken. He remembered the children at the pool. How lovely they were. How feeble and free their minds to believe anything any superior said. But who were the children born to satisfy? The nation or themselves? Thoughts entered his mind. He pondered theories and possibilities. Self-satisfaction is forbidden. The pillows and blankets were soft on the bed. His eyes rolled sideways, unwilling to stay focused on the plain white wall. In the private invisible prison of his mind, Justice conjured a prayer. In one of his dreams, a strange form in white light said, "Pride comes before destruction and ignorance before surprise." The strange form approached him. It had yellow eyes and green skin. He woke in sweat. The room was dark. He wondered about the message. It would not leave his head. Before destruction, before surprise. He thought of the children. He thought of the father. He thought about the government and the secret elite that controlled it. Everyone seemed proud. A loud howl sounded from outside his walls. It sounded like a coyote. A rapid heartbeat throbbed in his head. He heard it cry out again from the great distant horizon outside the building. "Aggie?" he wondered. "Is that you?" He heard the sound of a whisper. "Anya, is that you?" He wanted to look outside, but the windows were sealed shut. He wanted to open the door, but it was locked. Each citizen's point of view had to be controlled, and so it was.